Osho. Hey, good video there, Redbone. That was pretty good. Now, you know, see, a lot of people don't stop to think about those things, especially married couples. And people, you know, as Christians, you know, they don't really stop to consider what goes on in privacy with the two couple. And, you know, they don't really stop to consider what they do. They adopt what the general, you know, what the world says and thinks. You know, like Hollywood tries to tell you what's romantic, what's sexy, and what's not sexy, what's cute, what's adorable, what's scary, what's, you know, all this. I mean, and people swallow it hook, line, and sinker. And they go along with it. And the general other medias as well, you know, smoking a cigarette is really cool. Drinking a beer will make a man or a woman out of you. Makes you sexy. See, it does all that. And they listen to it. And they absorb it. And now Christians have no business listening to it, but they do. So then the question is, are they truly a Christian? Are they what I call the borderline Christian? Who's on the wire, like a high wire act, balancing, you know, teeter-tottering, you know, trying to straddle it, you know, just have it either way. Problem is, that's going to lead them to hell. A lot of people to hell. I remember when I was out in the world, how I used to, you know, hey, whatever the world says, that must be right. That's what they think. Hey, if it don't hurt nobody, it can't be wrong. Oh, yeah, it's so wicked it must be good. See? And they do say stuff like that out there. And they do teach that good is bad. Being a goody two-shoes is bad. But being bad is cool. It's good. Those people will split hell wide open unless they repent. Because the broad is the way that leads to destruction. And narrow is the way that leads to life. It's hard, it's narrow, but it leads to life. Makes you wonder about people these days. But anyway, getting back on the subject of a married couple, you talk about oral sex and all that kind of stuff. See, like one preacher pointed out once, and I didn't care for his doctrine because he preaches for money all the time and all this kind of stuff, blah, blah, money, 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 money. This is prosperity. It's not prosperity. That's greed. And anyway, they do all this kind of junk. You've seen the type. But he did say something once that I heard that I did agree with. And he was talking about how that married couples, you know, now, if you're a Christian and you're not married, you have no business having sex unless it's inside of marriage. You do it outside, you're messing up big time. And you go believing people who try to tell you, oh, but it was in the Bible. You will follow anything. And unless you get away from that, you're going to head right into that path to destruction, right with everyone else. But when it comes to married couple, you know, they swallow all this Hollywood thinking, media thinking, what the world thinks is cool and acceptable, you know, and what they don't realize is, all right, God, like this preacher once pointed out, is marriage. All right, what's between two couple? It should be between two couple, and on top of that, that the bodies that God had created was unique and it was for one purpose, it was for procreation. Alright? And anything else out of that, you go to experiment and stuff and all this with it, you know, hey, you know what that does? Well, I mean, like I showed about this cancer thing here. Alright? But that's just not it. It leaves open to other diseases. If your spouse is being unfaithful, that's even leaving you more diseases and things. But even just with each other, you will lead open to diseases and all kinds of things. So you need to stick in God's plan. You can still be show love for each other the way God intended you to, and not outside that. Because you're following along, you got hooked into thinking in that line by how everyone else thinks and how Hollywood stuff. And you got tapes and books and everything, and some, oh, I'm a Christian, I got a book. Oh, looky here, do this. Man, that ain't no Christian. That's a devil in disguise. So the thing is, you need to be careful on your choices that you make, because the wrong choice will lead to destruction. And especially, you know, you could be leading yourselves, married couples can be leading themselves to all kinds of sexual perversion eventually, and either one or both will be affected in one way or another. So, you know, what you have, especially that God had given you, and treat it that way with respect and honor. Honor God, honor your spouse and yourself, you know, have respect and honor and love. Don't go around going with the world and what everyone else thinks. So I hope maybe I said something to maybe help you think. You know, that's what I try to do, is get people to think, and you know, because hey, you're not dumb, you're not stupid. So there's people out in this world where they take stupid pills a lot, you know. Sometimes I wonder if I do. Okay, but anyway, good video, brother. Keep it up. God bless you. Shalom. Aho. Kugeo.